Hello and welcome back to another C tutorial video. Today we're going to be learning how to use getopt. Okay, so let's get started. Int. So we want to create this value so that we can store our input from getopt as an integer. So you'll see what I mean when I start. So we have while our option value is equal to getopt, and we pass in argc, argv, and then values you want. So n, h, f, and e. They're the ones I'm going to be using. So I'll explain them as I'm going. Right. So then we have a switch and option val. Cool. So for each case we have to write what we want to do. So for n, we're going to print n lines of hello world. So we have counter. So just do this in case. So if optarg is not equal to null, we're going to set counter equal to the integer version of optarg. So that just converts a string to an int because optarg is going to be a string. And then we just do a for loop until counter, and each time we're just going to do printf hello world on a new line, and then just break over that. Then for case h, we just want to print some help message. So for me, I have it typed out here. You can read it there yourself if you want. Pause and read at any point. I just do these quick so that you can get the information and pause whenever you want if you feel I'm going too fast, which I probably am because I'm going quite quick on writing this, but I just want people to get the information and then you can pause as you need yourself. So optarg and read. So for f, we're just going to get a file and read from that file. So yeah, if that file will do just while, we'll just print the file output, the input of the file, the values in the file to standard output. So this is just basic reading of file and printing to standard output. I've done a video on this if you want to go check that out. But if not, basically all I'm doing is just printing each line of the file onto the console, which you'll see once I test this. But anyways, we better start declaring variables here. So we need to declare counter. So we're just going to set that to 10 for now. Doesn't really matter. And then we need to create a file value variable, or file pointer. So here we have that. And let's just do e. Okay, so for e, I'm just going to print a random number, random even number. So random. There's probably better ways than this to do random number generation, but for now, I'm just doing this. So we want it to be constantly a new number each time we run it. So we're going to have to do some seeding. So giving like a random number, or changing the random number. If we give a different number every time to this, we get a different random number. Otherwise, without that line, we just keep getting the same number. Once we get a random number the first time, but it's the same number every single time we run the program. So and then we want to make sure that random is even. So if rand num 2 not equals 0, so if it's not even, we just go rand num plus equals 1. Such a lazy way of doing it, but it's just for example. And then we just print d random and break. So one thing that we have to remember here is that we didn't declare random, so we'll do that here now. And also we have no libraries included, so we need to include time.h, because see here we're using the time function. So I also need to declare that time t variable, so t, and then include time. So then we're using the srand, so we need to include the std standard library. So std lib, and we're also using we're also using getopt, so we have to include that library as well. And this should run. Oh no, we want to also default. So if none of our letters are inputted, we want to just break the program. Basically, I'm just going to return 0 because none of our values were inputted properly, or we didn't get any of our options that we wanted from the program. So let's see, that should run now. Getopt minus o op. Oh, I never declared the string. I knew I was going to forget something. You should probably just declare variables as you go rather than messing around like me trying to remember at the end. But don't worry, we'll get there. Now, opt minus in 1, so 100, print hello world 100 times, minus h, we get our help, minus f, and file2.txt is a file I have created, just plain text file. So we print the outputs of that file just to show you that that's actually what's in the file. cat2.txt, exactly, except the spaces because we did this. E. So we do E, we get a random number, it's even. Get a different random number, it's even. So look, if I comment this srand out and recompile, and even number, 8, it's always going to be 8. This is just to test your program, just so you can make sure that the random number isn't the problem. But if we remove that again and recompile, and 42, 50, 56, that's just 70. So you get a random number. And yeah, so that's how you use getopt in C. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching.